All right, so we've gone through the naming of the reciprocal trig functions. You guys know all that. That's good. So we start out with the CSC function. Okay? So like you told me, CSC is the reciprocal of sine, right? 1 over sine. So what that means is that in order to graph CSC, you've got to graph the sine function. Okay? You've got to graph the sine function. Well, we know the sine function, don't we? Right? Right? Everybody okay with doing a sine function? Can I call on someone to come up to the board and do me a mother? So it's going to look like there, 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 and there. And so here's your one cycle of mother sine. So this is y equals sine x. Yeah, sorry about my scribbles. Okay, so this is 0, this is pi over 2, this is pi, this is 3 pi over 2, and this is 2 pi. Okay, exactly like what Cliff has. Okay, then read the instructions. Look where the 0 crossings are. In other words, looky here, and looky here. So remember, CSC is going to be 1 over sine, right? So at these three places, you're going to get 1 over 0. What happens? What's 1 over 0? Sorry? Undefined. More specifically, what do you get when you get 0 in the denominator when you're graphing? What's that called? Sorry? No, it's not a hole. It's a line. It's going to be a line. Thank you. What kind? Vertical asymptote. Okay, vertical asymptote. So right here, you're going to get a vertical asymptote. Okay? And a vertical asymptote there, and a vertical asymptote here. Okay? Next, the notes are saying, look at what the max and min values are. So what is the maximum value here? What's that? What's the y value there? Well, 1. And this one here. So remember, at this point, you're going to get 1 over 1. So what do you get? What's 1 over 1? 1. So your graph's going to go through that point. Okay? At this place here, it's going to be 1 over negative 1. What's 1 over negative 1? Negative 1. So the graph's going to go through that point as well. And then between these two places here, between this dotted line here and that dotted line there, that's an asymptote. So your graph is going to look like this. I should have really drawn the mother in. Yeah, that's good. I should really do the mother dotted. Okay. And this other guy is solid. Because that's the one we really want, right? The mother happens to be just there to help us out. You guys with me on this? Yeah? You guys got this okay? Move this thing so you can see this. Okay? So yeah, finish. Oops. We're going to draw cosines, and we guys all know how to do that. You know what? Why don't I give you time to do cosine pi x, okay? Get a sticky out there. And okay, so what's x start? What's x end? Sorry? Can't be pi. It's got to be 2. Is everybody there? What's increment? Half. And so what I have is something that starts out at 0, 1/2, a 1, a 3/2, and a 2. And it's a straight cosine, right? So cosine starts out at 1, goes to there, 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 and there. So here's my cosine function, right? Right? Okay, and my asymptotes are going to be here and here. You with me on that? Then if I take a look at this point and I want the reciprocal of this, remember this is a -1. Okay, so I know my graph's going to go through that point. And it's going to asymptote with these two vertical lines here like that. So I know this part's going to be like that. You with me on that? Yes? Then if I look at this point here, I know it's going to go through that point because 1 over 1 is 1. And then it's going to asymptote here. So it's going to look like this now. Kind of funky. See that? Okay? And then on this side here, I know this is my asymptote right here. That's my asymptote. So I know my graph's going to go through that point because 1 over 1 is 1. And my graph's going to go like this. Okay? If you want to draw arrows there, I'm okay. You guys with me on this? Okay, so secant is kind of funky. It's not nice and continuous like cosecant is. Okay? Guess what comes next? Sorry? Tangent. Now that's an entirely different story. Entirely different story. Okay, so let's move on to tangent then. So what I want you to do is get your graphing calculators out. And graph y equals tangent x. Graphing y equals tangent x. And your calculator is going to be in what mode? Radian mode.